Why do you think so many women ignore those signals that a contract needs to be updated until they're burnt out or resentful?
I think there can be a lack willingness to confront. And what I've noticed in not just female friendships, men do this as well, but when there hasn't been enough practice and training around confrontation being positive and proactive, if you're like, oh gosh, if I bring this up, it's going to be a fight. In my maybe like the way that you grew up that was walking on eggshells, or maybe it was if you said anything that pushed back, there was an explosion, or maybe that's just not how you weren't encouraged to speak up ever, right? So that might be someone's situation. So if they don't train their nervous system that having uncomfortable conversations is one, safe, and two, worth it, they'll just avoid and avoid and avoid. And eventually, probably, they just won't be able to stand it anymore. They'll cut that person off, and the
Mhm,
person won't even know what they did wrong. And they'll be
mhm,
like, whoa, like that was my best friend and she doesn't even talk to me anymore. Another person's like, "She knows what she did. She canceled every," and they're like, "Oh, was that not cool? Why didn't you tell me?"
mhm,
Like, so the level of confrontation, proactive confrontation that we're willing to have really equals the level of intimacy that we're gonna have with other people.
mhm.
And this notion that everything should be perfect we or it ends because it's not perfect. It ends because we're tolerating, tolerating, tolerating. It's just outdated. And I would propose that we can all do better.
And it's so much better for somebody to say somebody keeps canceled plans and you're over it, to have that conversation instead of I've had people, friends that have harbored all this resentment underneath for something that I didn't even know I was aware. I'm not chronically late. I don't cancel, but whatever it was, whatever the issue was, like, underneath the surface, and then it comes out, it's like, "Why didn't you talk about this at the beginning? Why didn't you talk about it? No, I don't want you to carry this around. We need to talk this over."
Here's a question for you, Nancy. And the answer will seem obvious, but really, would you rather someone swallow that resentment or talk shit about you behind your back or say to your face, hey, I love you. You're doing something that's not working for me. Can we talk about it?
Yes.
Like, which one would you prefer?
Me, 1000%.
Right. Me
It's the
too.
worst. Somebody making, like, a case against you and you have no idea,
Right.
not
Like,
aware.